Absolute Green Arrow issue number 3. Holy rusted metal, Batman, this plot in Absolute Green Arrow, it just keeps getting thicker, and thicker. Good God. Welcome back to the dissection table. Here we take the latest video games, trailers, comics, movies, and more, break them down bit by bit. Ever since the very beginning of Absolute Green Arrow, everybody's been asking the billion-dollar question. Who exactly is Green Arrow? Because since the very beginning, we thought Oliver Queen in the Absolute Universe, he got. But now at long last, we are finally getting closer to the answer. Is he alive? Is he 6 feet under? This issue answers possibly that question and a lot more. And don't forget, if you need to get caught up, if you missed the first two issues of Absolute Green Arrow, you can find them right over here on the TikTok wing of the Asylum. And check out the description down below, and you'll find links that lead to the other wings of the Asylum, including the Kick wing of the Asylum and YouTube. And over on YouTube, we have dedicated playlists of all the videos I've made on the Absolute Universe, including all the issues on Absolute Batman and those first 2 issues of Absolute Green Arrow. But now, without further ado, issue 3 kicks off with a little bit of a flashback of how Black Canary earned her Black Canary nickname and title. The fact that she wore all black and that she flew through the whole entire fight. So that's kind of like how she got her whole entire, kickboxing slashing career nickname, Black Canary. But more importantly to the fact, we finally get a name for the unfortunate victim we saw all the way back in issue number 1, whose name I'm not going to try to pronounce. That's his name right over there. Sorry. Everybody knows my history. Sometimes some things I can pronounce, some things I can't. But more important, this poor unfortunate soul, we're finally getting some details and some answers. That poor unfortunate soul was clearly infected with something, and unfortunately even worse for Oliver Queen, even though he's by all intents and purposes no longer with us, that unfortunate body was discovered in the Arrow Cave. And yes, Black Canary found the body there in the Arrow Cave. That kind of obviously implicates Oliver Queen. Not so good, but the official reports are discovering the fact that the whole entire eyes, all the eyeballs, is not on the official record as revealed right here to Black Canary. That's being kept off the record by her employer, Hammond, who, not so good. And she's kind of kept underneath Hammond's thumb. If she doesn't work for him, this despicable SOB, all the life support for her father kind of gets cut. At this time, Black Canary is speaking with Jack right here. Basically, he works for the Stars PD, and again, Black Canary, she puts 2 and 2 together and realizes that, again, Hammond is keeping all of the must-know, the information the public should know off the records because he's a bad guy. But more importantly about Jack right here, pretty sure this is Jack Drake, which if it is, fingers crossed, because that's Tim Drake's father, which if that's his father, that would make a connection between Star City, Absolute Green Arrow, Black Canary, and the bridge that could potentially, introduce Batman to the Green Arrow, Black Canary, and whatnot, because Tim Drake is a member of the strike force of the Robin unit over in the Absolute Batman universe. But moving on, Canary is really hopeful that she didn't accidentally put a target on poor Jack's head right here, just asking this one very simple, direct question, because she's trying to gather up as much information possible, because this is taking place a few days in the future, because a few days ago, all hell broke loose. A friendly reminder, the Absolute Green Arrow is actually tracking down the nefarious, corrupted billionaires out there whenever it comes to the Absolute Universe, and he's tracking them down, and one of them on his list is Hammond. He almost got Hammond back in issue 1, but unfortunately he got away, thanks to the fact that, Hammond has Black Canary basically functioning as his bodyguard / agent trying to track down Green Arrow. But now it looked like it was the end of the road of Hammond, but not the end of the road for Hammond just yet, because Green Arrow actually did track him down to this heavily fortified penthouse where it looked like on the surface with all the security and whatnot that this was indeed Hammond, but in reality it was just an actor. Turns out Black Canary's partner, the hired partner that's working alongside her for Malcolm Merlin right here, yes, aka the Dark Archer, yes, this is him. They found out that the Absolute Green Arrow had hacked into the security systems, and that's how he knew where this was, and how he's collected up the list of the despicable people like Hammond that he's been using to, again, go through that list and eliminate them one by one. So they set a trap, and, Malcolm right here, all these hired thugs by, Hammond and everything, they thought this trap was going to succeed, but click! Boom. Green Arrow makes an impossible escape possible. He came prepared, he had explosive kabooms ready to go in case something like this happened, and he makes his literal own escape with these arrows. That's resourceful. Now we skip to the present right now, and it's at long last we're finally going to get some genuine answers, because at long last, Black Canary has tracked down Roy Harper. Things aren't exactly looking good for Roy Harper because, one, you have a very, very, very angry Black Canary, and the evidence is kind of pointing against Roy Harper, considering with him is a red bow. And yeah, Roy's excuse, he bought it for protection. You bought a bow for protection, but you even have a lead injector right here that he actually honestly did look at trying to, maybe he should get this, and Black Canary's like, don't, you're not gonna make that. Well, the tension is drawn, figuratively and literally, the tension of the bow. Anyway, yeah, now questions and accusations start to get thrown, beginning with the fact that Roy Harper, as we saw at the conclusion of issue number 2, he dug up Oliver Queen's grave. And yeah, basically, nonetheless, Black Canary still believes that he's the Absolute Green Arrow, but in reality, he dug up his grave to prove that Oliver Queen is alive. Now we jump back over to a few days ago. They jump back and forth. Stick with the plot. But we jump back to a few days ago. How in the world did the Absolute Green Arrow actually escape? Because it turns out Hammond has gone full militarized with all of his security units, because they have to track down this Absolute Green Arrow. All of these corrupt individuals are dropping like flies because of this guy. So they had men stationed on the rooftops just in case things went south. He's cornered. But this is the absolute universe. Just because someone's cornered doesn't mean their back is up against the wall, as these guys learned the hard way when Absolute Green Arrow draws his blades. But something really, really unexpected happened that everybody saw with their own eyes when Absolute Green Arrow was making this daring escape. Daring escape that almost ended fatally, unfortunately, for Green Arrow, because Black Canary pulled up, lead injector drawn at the ready. But unfortunately, due to despicable guys placing bets on if the Green Arrow was finally going to get got this night, they waste no time. It's open fire even if friendlies are caught in the crossfire. And it looks like those bets are going to pay off because, again, it's a hailstorm of unrelenting fire pouring down on this rooftop, Black Canary doing what she can to stay alive, and the civilians that get caught figuratively and literally in the crossfire actually save Green Arrow. They save Green Arrow. He even helps save them while they're all trying to escape all this, fire. And that's how he got away. Just two average Joes chilling up on this rooftop. They see all the superhero shenanigans breaking loose. Absolute Green Arrow. He's been dropping all of these nefarious, despicable people. Why would these just two average Joes save someone that the news is painting as this horrifying villain figure? Well, the news can paint Absolute Green Arrow however they want, but the people are very obviously on his side, considering, again, he's not just dropping random people. No. The Absolute Green Arrow is going after the absolute worst of the worst that you could possibly imagine. People whose names and activities rhyme with Schmepstein, hopefully you know what I'm getting. Those are the people that Absolute Green Arrow are going after. But even though the mainstream media will paint him as this villain figure, the people are completely on his side, as proven when Absolute Green Arrow escaped. That doesn't excuse what Absolute Green Arrow is doing, however. There should be a better way. Rather than seeing people drop flatline, there should be a different way. But unfortunately, there is no better way being presented. It's either side with the guy who's willing to get his hands dirty, or hopefully trust that the corrupt will actually take care of themselves. That's not going to happen. But again, people are growing tired, and they're siding with the one person who on the surface is on their side, that being Absolute Green Arrow. Things are only going to get crazier from here, because it turns out Roy Harper is taking Black Canary to somewhere, and somewhere isn't just anywhere. It turns out the rich have been up to a lot more than you could ever possibly imagine, which unfortunately is code for the fact that we're going to have to break issue number 3 of Absolute Green Arrow into a part 2. Sorry, I really didn't want to gloss over the whole entire argument / debate of the fact of Absolute Green Arrow. Would this be someone that we want to prioritize bringing in, or would the people be a little more lenient and let him quote-unquote clean house? That's one hell of a conversation starter. So sound off in the comments. What would you do? What would you prioritize? But that'll do it for the breakdown this time on part 1 of Absolute Green Arrow, issue number 3. If you enjoyed, please make sure to give me a follow, like, and a comment, but definitely make sure you hit that follow so I can continue to keep you informed on all things video game trailers, comics, movies, and more. And yes, the next post right here on the TikTok community of the Asylum will be part 2 of Absolute Green Arrow, issue number 3. But again, I hope you all enjoyed, and hope to see y'all in the next one.